All right. So I kind of decided that I wanted to do like a video diary series thing. Um, just kind of me hanging out for like 45 minutes with a strong cup of coffee, playing a game that I like, but I'm not, you know, you guys might not know about. And yeah, just kind of, it's like chilling with me, but you're not there, so you can't viciously interrupt my thoughts. But you know, I appreciate your guys' interruptions. They're almost always hilarious, and you know that's okay. It's okay. That's how conversations are. But you know, this is just kind of like a mind dump thing that I can just kind of relax and hang out, and you guys can hopefully listen to me talk about nothing for a little bit under an hour. So I've got here a game called Armor Commander 2, which came out I think in 2016, but I'm not sure. But I picked it up, you know, maybe a month or two ago. Played, let's see, about 5 hours of it. It's a pretty fun game. It's like a World War II tank guy simulator. So we're just gonna start a new campaign. You can see here they get to kind of like pick out the campaign. So you can see you can, you know, be in the Caulk and Goal campaign as Japan or the Soviet Union, or play as the Nazis if you want. I don't know why you would want to, but if you are a Nazi, I guess you have that option. So you can play as anything in the early war, and the mid-war, and the late war. The Soviet Union really only has content in the early war, which doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? It's all good. So I've played the Poland campaign already. Or not the Poland campaign, the Liberation campaign. I would never play the Poland campaign. It takes place in Poland, as you can probably read there. But yeah, it's just kind of like it's a thing. I think I'm going to go with the Poland campaign. We're just going to make it 2 days. It seems like a good length. I played the full 12-day campaign earlier. I actually just finished it. But this was actually like super long. And also I lost like 4 tanks. But you'll kind of get into that in a second. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay. Oh shit, I crashed? What the hell? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, this is a different tank, okay. New campaign. The Liberation campaign, proceed. Okay. Alright, here we go. I get to pick my things now. So we're just gonna turn on a bunch of shit because I'm hardcore, so yeah, we're just gonna do that. Yeah, so I kind of want to try this off, but I've never played with it off. I might just, you know, for the video, I think I'm just gonna keep it on. Yeah, let's keep going. Oh, we got the BT5. It kind of sucks, but you know what? There's, I think, the most common tank of this thing, because I've only gotten another tank once, and that tank was a goddamn beast. But I don't have that tank now. It also, you know, it was great. But so we've got the commander, who's like A. Samolyov, and then O. Matveev, and then there's S. Baranowski. Let's see, let's look at these guys. Andrei Samolyov, Osip Matveev, and then Simon Baranowski. All right, let's just get to fighting. I'm sure you guys are like, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, well, you know what? You shut the fuck up. Alright, here we go. So this is what the map looks like. You just kind of go. You can kind of... Oh, that's not what you want to do. So you just kind of like, you can pick what direction you want to go. Like, oh, I want to go northeast. And then you press tab and you go northeast. And you fight some people. Because there's people there. Okay. And this is what the battle map looks like. So, and your guys can do different stuff. And so the battles in this game kind of happen in phases. So right now, this is like the orders phase. You can kind of tell people what to do. So we can tell our commander to spot, direct movement, direct fire, or first aid, or do anything. I'm going to keep him on spot because there's an enemy right in front of us, as you can tell from the red question mark on the map. And then the gunner, I think I'm going to have operate the machine gun. Then the driver, I'm going to have him drive. Surprise, surprise. And then I think I'm going to tell him to open up so they can see. You can tell that because the little letters change. I don't know. I should not endeavor to have you guys understand what's happening, especially in these more like esoteric games. Because I mean, honestly, like it takes you like a good couple hours to learn what the hell is happening, looking at all these pixels. But I don't know. It's kind of whatever. All right, so we're gonna end this phase, and now we've spotted a bunch of people. Those are riflemen, apparently. And they're probably gonna throw like a satchel charge or something at me, so I'm gonna back up. Well, I was in the driving phase there, but I ended the driving phase because, yeah. And now I don't have line of sight on the rifleman, so I can't shoot him with my pew-pew machine gun. So I have to fire on something that I haven't spotted yet, which will give me a big disadvantage, as you can see. So I'm just going to play the game now and try not to explain it so much. It's another unit of riflemen. Okay. So now the other tanks in my little squad are going, so they're running away like cowards. You know, probably should do that because I am a tank, but you guys are just puny little riflemen. We're just gonna steamroll them in all likelihood. But yeah. I think I mentioned this before, but I have a big cup of strong coffee right now. It is not late where I am, but oh shit, they're gonna shoot me with rifles. Alright, whatever, it didn't even work. It like missed. Well, but it's like kind of when day starts to wind down. Kind of sucks to be awake at this time. I mean, it's 7 o'clock. I mean, I don't know why I have to beat around the bush. I don't know, I'm tired. I'm a tired guy. It's a tiring day. Gonna shoot at me. Okay. What are you gonna do now? Oh, I was... fucking... somebody was injured. That's not good at all. I'm gonna shoot him back. Eat shit and die, loser. Okay, they're going. It might be a little fast-paced, because that's because I sped up the animations. Because the animations were fucking slow before, and now they go along at a good clip, which is nice. Yeah, I'm only using my machine gun right now. As a tank, I also have like a big tank gun, which is cool, but I don't really need to use it on these little footy fuckers. So, I'll line of sight with them. Well, that's fine. Okay, my driver isn't stunned anymore. That's nice. Well, this game, besides from the loading screen, does not have music. So I'm going to put on some jazz now. And you guys are going to listen to that jazz, because I'm a fucking psychopath. I'm just going to turn that down. Okay. This is Moanin' by Charles Mingus. That guy sounds like a Twitch emote. Charles Mingus. Oh, yeah. Fuck Twitch. I hope by the time I'm like 24, I don't have to I don't have to think about Twitch ever again. Like it just kind of seems like something that, you know, kind of sucks. But I know some of you kind of stream and that kind of stuff. You know, it's fine, but I just, you know, it's such a terrible website. It's so awful. But yeah, this is terrible. I don't know. As you guys probably again realize, I would like to be like a big old, like a mountain man, Luddite Amish guy when I am done with college. So I don't know. It's just kind of like this is kind of a thing. I don't want to get too much into that right now because it's kind of, we're playing a fun little, you know, World War II game. Don't have to worry about that kind of shit, right? We have to worry about killing Poles as the Soviet Union. Oh. So now we have to reset the guy's orders, and that kind of sucks. You can set it as a default, and I think I will do that right now. Oh shit, that's an actual tank. Well, alright, let's just move my guys. I don't have the range to attack them. So let's direct fire, get that epic gun out. Let's move. Yeah, my driver, he's not very skilled at driving. Doesn't make me move very often. Anyways, so yeah. It is currently Thursday. It is the day after the inauguration of the Biden administration. A lot of celebration happening in this part of the world. As some of you guys might have figured, I don't really care. It's, you know, oh shit, there's like 3 guys here. Yeah, I don't really care. It's just kind of, oh, my tank is bogged down in the swamp. But yeah, I don't. It's just not something I give a shit about. It's kind of the long and short of it. Trying to engage myself less with politics because it was driving me insane a year ago. So, yeah. Try to avoid it at all costs. Yeah. This isn't politics, though. This is a video game where you kill Polish people as the Soviet Union. You can also kill Germans and Japanese people. But they're all like pseudo-fascists anyways. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know how you could feel any empathy for people who are represented as squiggly lines on your computer screen, but I don't know. Making an attack. It's an anti-aircraft machine gun. Oh, they hit me. They might kill me. Oh, they lost. They didn't do anything. Very funny. This is so based. Oh, I gotta select a target. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of... It's a life choice, right? You know, it's like... I've accepted that it's impossible to tear down the institutions of neoliberalism that have been established within the United States for nigh on 50 years now, and because of that I hope to attain some degree of emotional peace, but I haven't attained that peace yet. It's just a hope. It's a sliver of a hope. But you know what? That's, you know, rebellions are built on hope. Except you know, I don't really know how revolutionary my ideas are. So you can see here that my, you know, Soviet allies have not caught up with me, and they're all doing nothing, and they're all cut off. Or I'm cut off. I'm in a little encirclement. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for a little while my buddies clean up whatever the hell is going on down there. Let's just recon what's going on. Recon Tom. Okay, what's going on down here? 7. Oh, that's a big one. 6. No wonder they haven't taken it. I must have gotten off very lightly. All right, let's go get them. But let's request some support. Okay, and so here's our support we get. Let's pick artillery, because artillery's awesome. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. You can see the artillery is just being a fucking amazing. Okay. Why do these guys... Why is the default... Oh, you know what? It's because I don't have it set for every crewman. That's why. I'm so intelligent. Yeah. It's rifle cavalry. I do feel bad for the horses, though. Because while the infantry are just like a box with lines, the cavalry are little horses. You know, that's it's sad when you have to kill the little horses. It's not a fun time. But, you know, it's for the Soviet Union. It's fine. You can see that, you know, we're just kind of cruising along here. The coffee I'm drinking is from Louisiana. My neighbor was in New Orleans for some reason recently, and he brought my family a big tin of coffee from like a famous cafe down there. And I'm the only one in my house who drinks coffee, so I get all the coffee. It's pretty sick, honestly, but so it's good coffee. It's very strong. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm not really feeling the full effects. I think I'm getting a little more energized, but overall, kind of whatever. Did you guys just see what I saw? Because I'm kind of confused right now. Because what it looks like just happened is, and maybe this is just like some kind of optical illusion, but it looks like this tile just got created from nowhere. Because, and like these tiles were previously neighboring, and then they just, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more absurd it seems. But maybe I'm just losing it. That's a possibility. I could just be losing it. That would be reassuring, actually, if I was losing it. It would make a lot of things feel. Oh, god damn it! They're out of line of sight again. I'm gonna go shoot the guys. About a third of the way through the video. It's a good length. I had to reposition. It's fine. I make mistakes like this all the time in this game. So you're probably like, what the hell are you doing, Josiah? Like, none of this game doesn't make any goddamn sense. And it kind of doesn't. But, like, you just kind of got to, like, once you, like, you know, it's like Neo in the Matrix. Like, you got to see Like you gotta like see through the pixels onto what's actually happening. And basically, like the way the movement works is is you don't move like tile by tile. The tiles are simply like representations of space, and each tile contains many different environments. So right now I'm on a forest biome, which is like, you know, pretty cool. But I don't want to be in a forest biome anymore because I can't see what the hell is happening to this cavalry, which they just won. But I don't know. I guess I'll show it to you guys later. Let's go back to the bridge. Okay, let's wait a second. Okay. Now we're going to go to this thing. Yeah, no enemy resistance. That's so great. Alright, here we go. So, I'm in hills right now. But if I want to... Oh, shit, there's a real tank over there. But, for instance, if I wanted to say, like, oh, I don't want to be in hills anymore, I want to move to open ground, you know, I can do that without moving a tile. Because the tiles don't have, like, dedicated terrains. You know, there's, like, terrains within the tile. If you know what I mean. I think it's a cool system. But it's kind of whatever. Let's fucking eliminate this tank. Why would you fire a machine gun at a tank, you idiot? God. You guys are morons. Let's just kill this tank, guys. Yes, use the armor-piercing rounds. Yeah, there's like, you know, crewmates in your squad, or not crewmates. There's like squad mates in your squad, and they do shit, and a lot of the shit they do is pretty dumb. So you just kind of gotta bear with them. Eventually, they'll do something smart. They're pretty reliable, actually, but in like a computer kind of way. So look, I hit him, and now I'm gonna roll to pierce his armor. It's pretty cool. If he wasn't like an armored unit, that wouldn't do that. But kind of whatever. I'm gonna rotate around. Gonna shoot at him. Critted him. Let's get those critical hits. Get fucked. Yes. Owned. Okay. Now what do I do? Am I cut off again? No, I'm not. I'm good. Okay. I was about to swear. I was about to... Like a sailor. Like I was about to be very mad. Oh, goddamn it. It's like an artillery gun. Those things are pains in the asses. Oh, yeah. There's also, like, weather over here. Weather's pretty cool. Kind of tell you what's going on. Like, in the game I just finished, the last day was all fog. It sucked. It was, like, the worst. Because you couldn't see shit, and you couldn't hit anything in it. It was, like, it was really bad. I mean, I imagine it would suck to be a tank in fog. Anyways, also my machine gun broke, because that shit can happen in this game, is you can break your guns. It was just a goddamn nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, everything's just been kind of a nightmare. What the hell is this? There was like some... armor. Oh, I can estimate my enemies? Whoa. I didn't even know that. I'm learning new shit about this game every day. It's pretty cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fucking beat up these guys. Let's see how accurate my things were. If they were accurate, I'm gonna have to use my machine gun, or not my machine gun. You guys know what I meant. My tank gun, because we gotta pierce that armored car armor. Yep, there's 2 armored cars. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. This book kind of, that's this book. This game kind of reminds me of the book For Whom the Bell Tolls. That was a really good book. Oh, there's a truck. Okay. Yeah, this seems like I had pretty accurate intelligence. I don't know, like, For Whom the Bell Tolls, you weren't, like, in a tank. You were just kind of like, I say you very loosely. Ernest Hemingway, the guy in the book, he was like a gorilla and he had to fight tanks, but he was very dependent on a very, like, I feel like you could represent a couple of the things in that book from in this game, if you guys have any, I know that doesn't make any goddamn sense. So For Whom the Bell Tolls was set for the Spanish Civil War. Very interesting little time period. And I highly recommend the book, by the way. It's actually like it's almost like a fan fiction. Because the main character is like clearly like a self-insert of Ernest Hemingway. See, my gun just jammed. It's such a pain in the ass when that happens. But the main character is clearly such a self-insert of Ernest Hemingway. It's like so cringy. And he like gets the girl and they have sex and stuff. It's kind of awful. But it's really good writing. And it provides a lot of insight into like the political mentality of the time. And I just found it extremely interesting. Okay, all my guns are jammed. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? This has never happened before. I've had one gun jammed, but I've never had both my guns jammed. Okay, I guess I just win now because my guns are jammed. Oh, my guns aren't jammed anymore. Wonderful. Okay. I was about to say, I'll have to, like, go home. Like, they'll have to, good job, Josiah. You've jammed both your guns. Guess it's time to go home now, eh? Go have a wife and 2 kids. Ah, shit. See, now there's mist. You can kind of tell what's going on with that. But it is, anyways. For Whom the Bell Tolls, highly recommended book. Definitely, needed a little bit of self-reflection. But, don't we all? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I feel like parts of that book could be, like, replicated in this game, where, like, you have, like, the machine gun, it's, like, lined up in the hill, and, kind of to set up to destroy the rifleman. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I feel like you could set that up in a lot of, World War II games. But, I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, this game is pretty cool. Got your, tanks. Your tanks, as you might expect. Can kind of simulate, like, some battles and campaigning and that kind of thing. Something I've been kind of curious is simulating, like, it's like taking, like, creating, like, mods for this where, like, factions who typically don't fight each other. So like the USA versus itself, that could be pretty cool. But overall, very solid game. A lot of potential for modding. There's like a manual. Manuals are pretty cool. I love manuals. But yeah, it's kind of a good thing. I'm sure nobody's made it this far in the video at this point. If you've reached this point in the video and you're still actively listening, send me a private DM and tell me that I'm a stupid head. Okay? Just say I made it to 30 minutes and 30 seconds in your dumbass video if you ever publish it. And past you said to tell you that you're a stupid head, and then I'll be like, damn, I really said that about myself? I would never. And then I'll call you a liar. I will call you a liar, don't worry about it. It won't be a confrontation. I'll just say like, haha, yeah, as you would expect. So you can see I killed a bunch of shit today. You can see my stats. Pretty cool. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. My driver. Do I get a new one? I hope to God I get a new one. Holy shit. Oh, my goodness. Alright. Well, I guess, my guy is pretty good at driving, but it still kind of sucks. We'll do that. It's pretty good. Oh, I made this a 12-day campaign. I'm not going to finish this campaign in this video. If you want to know how this ends, you have to find... Oh, no. How do I get more crew? Oh, thank you. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to drive this tank with 2 guys. Alright, let's see who this guy is. Rostislav Lavrin. Very cool guy. Alright, let's get today. Okay. Seems like a good time. Good weather today. Clear, warm, dry ground. My kind of weather. But yeah. Just kind of hanging out. Hope you guys are enjoying some of this music, which is, literally ripped from the LA Noire soundtrack. We'll just skip that because I'm sure you guys have heard it before and don't want to waste your time. Ah, shit. These guys have anti-tank rifles. Well, at least they can't see me now. Yeah. Just kind of moving my head from side to side right now because I'm kind of vibing. But as one does. I was talking about the inauguration team earlier. Or not the inauguration day earlier. And, on inauguration day, everyone was just, like everybody was just making these memes about Bernie Sanders sitting in this chair. And he was like wearing like a coat, and he was just, it was just... A lot of people apparently found this very funny, okay? I like Bernie, okay? I'm a Bernie guy. I've pretty much always been a Bernie guy for my, since I've reached political maturity, okay? But I don't understand these fucking memes, okay? And it just, I think it's just like a symptom of like being locked down in COVID for so long that whenever like the slightest thing happens in the outside world that isn't like a horrible tragic catastrophe, like then people laugh at it. Okay, this is my theory. Coronavirus has derived, humanity of its like sensory, of like our input from the outside world, or at least the people online, which is like everybody I know basically. And so like when and we're just constantly bombarded by news of like children dying, okay, and it's just like it's so like we're constantly bombarded by this news of like COVID kills like 1,000 people a day, and it's just like when we get news, we see something from the outside world where shit happens, like when we see that kind of news, anything that's not like a children, like that, like a child literally dying from not having insulin or something like that, we have to make a meme of it because it's like the smallest spark of joy in our otherwise joyless life. It's very sad, I think, this theory, and it's just a theory. But I think there's probably like a hint of truth to it, that it's like, because we have nothing else to do, we just can't, we just have to laugh, I don't know. I think the inauguration was just like a big theatrical fucking bullshit thing, but I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was, I slept through it, whatever. I mean, it's not like I was there. I was actually in classes doing shit, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's just big nothing. It's a big nothing. But yeah, I don't know. But it's just like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just that's my theory. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You guys can disagree with me. If you disagree with me, send me that in the same DM that I told you to send earlier, where I was like, call me an idiot. You got to tell me what you think of this theory. You got to tell me if you agree or not. Because it's really like, I think it's pretty far out there. It's like aliens or something. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I just didn't get it. I was like, this isn't funny, guys. If we go back to the memes where the guy's like crying blood, that was really funny. I love those memes. I mean, I get that they're like, it's one of those memes that's like shared by people who are like, pretty distasteful. But I found the Wojak memes that were like people crying blood and like, really depressed. I found those hilarious. I thought those were very funny. But, maybe I'm insensitive or whatever to people who are crying blood because they have to live in COVID. I don't know. I'm sure if I had the capability, like the physical capability of crying blood, I would have by now. Alright. So, this truck is attacking me with its anti-aircraft gun, and it's shooting at my tank. And and you can see the chances of it succeeding, and they're pretty good. The green bar is pretty large. But I can just spend this fate point and just make it so it misses. And I really appreciate that mechanic, because honestly, you fuck that. Fuck your anti-aircraft gun. Excuse me, that was probably disgusting. But, you know what, I'm probably going to keep that in the video. Gives you the full experience of being here with me. But yeah, I don't know. But for want of anything else to do, and some of you again might know this already, but I've started watching like really bad movies, and I've loved watching bad movies for a really long time. Okay, like I just have always liked it because I feel like I'm afraid to watch serious movies because I don't want to. I respect serious movies, okay, and I don't want to I don't want to embarrass serious movies. Because I respect them, I'm afraid to watch them because I can't give them the respect they deserve. Okay, when I'm watching them, because I got to be watching because I got to be doing something else when I watch these movies now. Because it's like I've watched, so many movies that it's just like kind of sucks. But when I'm watching these movies, these bad movies, they all start to kind of blend together. And I've been on this trip of really bad fantasy movies within last month. And it seems like this month I'm in really bad sci-fi. And I started out last month with the Narnia movies, okay? And the first Narnia movie was kind of interesting, okay? It was it wasn't interesting. It was shit. It was dog shit. It was a dog shit movie. But it had there was something about it that made it memorable, okay? The last two movies were not even memorable. That's how bad they were. I can't tell you what happens in the second and the third movie. I think in the second movie they're in some kind of ocean. And no, that's the third movie. Oh, in the second movie, they're in a kingdom, and there's a prince, and the prince has to he's gonna get assassinated by his uncle, and it just is kind of I don't know. The whole movie was the prince running away. And then they find the Narnia guys, the kids, the English kids, the oi oi chip chop cheerio. They find the English kids, or the prince does, and then the English kids are or rather the English kids find him, and then they fight. They don't fight. They don't have a sword fight, but they have a petty teenage fight, a yelling match. Because, this Prince Caspian kid is a human, and so is Edward and Peter and Lucy and Susan. Okay, they're all human too, and this Prince Caspian guy's a human, and because humans are just better than animals, right? We have the big brains. We constantly fight and kill each other for no reason over, economic and political disputes. It's all sorts of we do all sorts of cool human shit like that. And they have to fight over who gets to lead the animals in Narnia because this Prince Caspian kid. I mean, he's a prince, right? I mean, he's a little entitled bastard, right? And he's I want to lead the animals. I was here first. And then Peter's fuck you. I was here 100 years before you, but not really, because I'm actually 16, and there's some wonky time travel stuff happening. Because when you travel the land... Oh shit, I'm being attacked. Whatever, I'm probably gonna get... Oh, okay, I'm fine. And it was just I don't know, it was really boring. It ended with this big battle that was just kind of uninspired, is the way I would describe it. It was just kind of eh. And the third movie, they were in an ocean and they were with their cousin. And that one was really shit too. I think the cousin turns into a dragon or something at one point. But what's crazy is you know, Peter and Susan aren't even in the last movie. Only Lucy and Edward are. And it's, like, really dumb because, you just took half the main characters who you spent the last two movies, you know, developing their characters for. Prince Caspian had a little thing going on with Susan at the end of the second movie. They, like, you know, they had a little mouth-to-mouth kiss thing going on. And they just threw that out the window because Susan had to go, you know, schmooze with the American Navy or whatever in, like, New York. Which is fine, but it just was kind of made me upset because I was just like, man, I really wanted to see Edward getting more fights with Prince Caspian in this movie because I wanted to see them, you know, punch each other. But they didn't do that, so it kind of sucked. But their cousin did turn into a dragon. That was pretty cool. Anyways, I got off this fantasy movie kick. And it was just like... And I started watching... I watched this other movie called Dragonheart. And Dragonheart was... The first Dragonheart movie had Sean Connery voicing a dragon. And if you want to know what that sounds like... I can't encourage you enough to watch that movie because it was actually pretty good. It was. Don't expect, you know, any miracles because it's not going to be. It's not. It's no, you know, Citizen Kane. All right, it's not exactly, you know. It's not exactly like a great cinema masterpiece, but it's pretty good if you don't pay any money and you want to just like fuck around for a couple hours. Which is, you know, that's what watching movies is all about, right? It's about wasting time and squandering the short time you have on this earth. Anyways, the first movie was pretty good. It was a good, you know, good solid fantasy movie. It was pretty much exactly what I was looking for. But the second movie was like a kid's movie, and it was literally like a Barney movie. Sean Connery's dragon, who died at the end of the first movie, hate to spoil it, you know, 1996's masterpiece movie Dragonheart with Sean Connery, but, you know, Sean Connery dies. Sorry, everybody. But, you know, at some undisclosed point in the future, there's another baby dragon, like the card that Joey has in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's like the baby dragon is just Barney. Okay, I'll see if I can find an image and I can see if I can link it to you guys, but it's so bad. Like, I mean, we're talking like. It's just awful, okay? And Dragonheart is just like, I mean, it's just like the first movie was really good, and I feel like they had a good thing going. It was like a, you know, like kind of like a family friendly, like, you know, kind of, you know, putts, and then they just were like, okay, we need to make this, like, you know what movie this needs to be like? This needs to be like Aragon. And then they made it like Aragon and it sucked. Except this movie came out before Aragon. And for that reason, it makes Aragon's failure to be a good movie all the worse. That was another movie I watched during this time, is I watched the Aragon movie. And I will tell you what, I was really into those books when I was a kid. And Christopher Paolini, the author, was like my role model until I was like 15. Because he wrote Aragon when he was 15. And I always wanted to be like a writer or something. But as soon as like I was 15 and I didn't have any like books, I was like, damn it, gotta find another role model. But anyways, but I was like, I really loved those books. And I watched the movies. And it was like, and as a kid, I was like, this is kind of bad. But I rewatched it as an adult, and I was like, this movie is awful. Like, it was like literally like money laundering bad. It was just, like the editing was bad, the costumes were bad, everything about it was just like, who is in charge of this, because they need to be like publicly executed, because they were bad. It was just like, what the hell was going on here? It made me upset how bad that movie was. And I'm sure the person who watched this with me might watch it, and it was just like, it was fucking bad. It was a bad movie. But anyways, I'm off the fantasy movie thing now. I am now watching bad sci-fi movies, and I've watched the Tron remake from like 2010. That movie was weird. Okay, they just took out one of my Allied pinks, but they're not me, so I don't give a shit. And that movie was really weird, but it was kind of good, It kind of dealt with some advanced ethical issues, like, if you could make your own waifu, is it ethical? If you could 3D print a living, thinking being, and then that was pre-programmed to be your girlfriend, is that an ethical thing to do? The movie didn't ask it, but it certainly raised the question. I came to the conclusion that it wasn't ethical, but I'm sure that'll be up for debate. Now, the movie I watched after that was really bad sci-fi was the Mortal Engines movie. And the Mortal Engines movie was... I don't even know how to appropriately describe it. It was like... in the beginning, there was, God's soul, hovered around the empty blackness of the earth, okay? And then God said, let there be light. And then a bunch of other shit happened. And then one of the many, beautiful creatures that God has placed on this earth decided, I want to make like a science fiction fantasy movie that is so bad, that is so disappointing, that not even that you couldn't even watch it. I don't even know where I'm going with this bit. You guys got to forgive me. Listen, that movie sucked. Okay, I'm gonna finish a bit. One of the creatures that God created. Okay, they decided to make a movie, and that movie was Mortal Engines. And that movie, the premise itself is kind of ridiculous. If you're not familiar with the premise, okay, it's that there's some kind of critical resource shortage on planet Earth. And and because there's a critical resource shortage, people build cities that have wheels and tank tracks and shit, okay? And so you'd think that if there was a critical resource shortage, people would abandon the cities and go live in the hills like our ancestors before us. That's what I would do, okay? I would go find a horse, and I would get and I would just, live in the wilderness and probably die of starvation like Chris McCandless, okay? And I'm waving my hands around in the air. But, in Mortal Engines, instead of doing that, people instead decide that they want to live in big cities on wheels and waste all the remaining oil and resources that are left in the city, or left on the planet. And that's a pretty cool concept on its own. It's kind of implausible. But it's, it's fine. You can let it slide. There are stupider science fiction ideas out there. Stupider by far. But, like, midway into the movie, it turns into, like, this weird mixture of, like, The Matrix and Terminator 2. Okay? And the reason those two movies specifically is because they get, like, an Asian woman with, like, kind of... They get, like, Keanu Reeves if he was a girl. That's not fair to Keanu Reeves. They get an Asian woman to like dress up like Keanu Reeves and do kung fu for their movie, and that's kind of racist in itself. It's kind of like a shitty thing to do, to just be like, oh yeah, there's like a kung fu lady in this book. Oh, what race should we make her? We should make her Asian. Like, it's just kind of lazy, but it's whatever. And she literally dresses exactly like Neo from The Matrix, except her coat is red. But she's got, like, the sunglasses and she does the kung fu. It's crazy. I actually encourage you to look her up. Her name was Mrs. Fang, or Miss Fang, F-A-N-G. Look up Miss Fang Mortal Engines. I strongly encourage this because you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about how she's just Neo from The Matrix. And then, in addition to this, they get, like, a not quite human bounty hunter. Like a bounty hunter that's made to look like a human, but is actually a machine. Oh, I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, that's a great way to end the video. This is about the right time. So, oh, I'm not dead yet. My tank does fill with smoke, though. Let's see if I can get out of this without dying. But, and they get, like, a bounty hunter that's a robot hunting for, like, the female lead of the show. And it just... And like, the bounty hunter, like, doesn't quite understand emotion. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator 2. Like, again, just look it up. Look up, like... I don't watch this movie, okay? Whatever you do not watch the movie. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, because the beginning is kind of interesting, and then into the middle it's kind of like gets bogged down, and then by the end, like, I think the end fight is literally like, it's a 2-hour long movie. The end fight, it's probably 40 minutes, and it just is like, they could have cut like half the end fight, and the movie would have cost less and would have been better. So, but you know what? That's not none of my fucking business. It was a bad movie, but just okay. So 3 takeaways. I'm wasting away. Everyone is wasting away. Don't watch the Mortal Engines movie. Do watch Dragonheart if you feel like it. DM me on Discord if you made it this far and be like, I made it to the end of the video, and then I'll send you I survived Josiah's video t-shirt. So yeah, this has been about an hour. I'm sorry I put you guys through this. You certainly did not have to watch all of it. If you did, congratulations. You got to spend an hour with yours truly, with moi. But, listening to jazz, it's a pretty steamy concept when you think about it. But if you got this far, yeah, just, say hi. So, yeah, I'm going to leave now because I don't have all fucking day to be doing this bullshit. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.